Hey guys, what's up? My name's 87 Elock, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode of my gold camo breakdown in Call of Duty Ghost. Today, the camo that we'll be focusing on is the Crocodile camouflage. It's only in Call of Duty Ghost, and to unlock it, with assault rifles you need 40 long shot kills, submachine guns, light machine guns, and shotguns you need 120 hipfire kills, marksman rifles you need 100 headshots, sniper rifles you need 200 one-shots, and the riot shield you need 50 kills with C4 and the weapon active. And like I said, this camo is only in Call of Duty Ghost, so you won't find it in any other COD game so far. It might be in Advanced Warfare or any of the ones to come, but you never know. So besides that, let's get into the class setup that I would use. Alright guys, so this one's going to be a bit longer because I have to go over several classes on how to do this. And if you need me to go over it like more in details, ask in the comments, I'll show you. But first we'll go with the assault rifles, which you need long shots for. So let me just quickly take a, you know what, we'll just go with anyone. Honey Badger. Actually, no, that's a bad example because it has a, okay, let's go Remington. What I would use is either the thermal sight. Well, actually, yeah, I would use the thermal sight and muzzle brake. Now, these are the two most obvious ones. You can also throw on the grip instead of, if you like the sights. I like the sight because you can see people no matter where they are. That's one of the advantages. So, say you're on Octane, you're in one of the spots, you look across the map with the thermal sight and you see people in white, whereas if you looked with just the regular, they might blend in. And I use the muzzle brake just because it gives you increased damage at long range, but at the same time you could always swap out the muzzle brake for the grip, or even for a burst fire. The attachment burst fire is actually helpful when getting long shots, but I don't like to use it, so that's just my choice, and that's when we're going for this one right here. Or not, no, where's Crocodile? There it is. 40 long shots, obviously. Obviously no secondary. I never run a secondary. It's better to have the perk slots. Same with lethal and tactical. You don't need those. And for long shots now, what the most important one here I'm gonna say is focus. Now I say focus because if you're getting shot at from a long distance and that guy can beat you in a gunfight, hopefully if you can get some shots on him, his like, what's it called, recoil will go way up, and yours won't at all with focus. Plus it reduces the weapon slay, so that's good, and you won't flinch as much. That's what I was trying to say. The next one's quick draw, just so you can aim faster. If you see someone across the map, you might as well get that aimed quickly. Next one would be scavenger, because when you're shooting people along like the map, long way away, it's better that you get, like, you know, the shots, get them done. And for the last two, I'd put resilience in case you need to run when you're getting shot at. I always use that. Sleight of hand because you're going to be reloading a lot, shooting all the bullets. And probably, where is it? I like using takedown. I don't know, that's just the new one I've been using. You can also use gamble, use any of the one perks. Now, for this one, I'm going to instead go specialist, just because I think you should put on Deadeye. Deadeye's, like, I was going to put Deadeye in the original perks, but I don't want to get rid of anything that's there right now. But Deadeye is very important because it deals more damage. So if you're shooting downrange and you get a Deadeye bullet, you're obviously gonna have a better chance of killing them. I suggest also ICU since you're doing it anyways. And then since you're probably gonna be camping, going for the long shots, you're not gonna be camped that well. I suggest using probably where is it? Dead silence, just so you can be quiet. And then to finish it off, I just put on a couple running perks, and this part becomes your choice, just because you can put on anything really. The most important thing is Deadeye and the specialist, so if you get to that, you're going to get more kills easily, and yeah, it makes sense. So next, this would be the assault rifle class, where you're going for the long shot. So next, we're going to go to your the class for submachine guns, light machine guns, and shotguns. I haven't actually done a shotgun one yet, so I'll give an example of shotgun. So first of all, I'd throw on this one. This is my favorite. Besides the bulldog, doesn't really count. And then you go. I already got the hipfire kills by playing infected, but that's the camo you're going for, obviously. So if you're going for it, you're going for hipfire. I suggest grip, just so you don't shoot up that well. And I also suggest the I think it's a muzzle brake I use. You can use the silencer, really. It doesn't really make a difference, but the muzzle brake lets you hit a bit farther, which is better than nothing. Secondary, you obviously don't need one, neither do you need lethal or tacticals, although you can throw on a tactical. That's your choice here. If you want to throw one on, you can get people like who are running away from you. That's the better thing. So what I'd suggest for this one is I'd go bang, 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 these three, just because speed, all those, and on the go. Those are really important just so you can shoot really fast. Obviously steady aim because you're firing from the hip. And finally, I'm going to throw on probably... It depends how you're playing. If you're playing like a campy version, I'd prefer to use the amplified. But if not, I'd probably want to start with something, probably resilience. And I throw on gambler just for the fun of it. And you don't need really specialists for this one, so I just throw on support. I'd go bang. Yeah, not those three. Those three, just so you can work in your riot shield a little bit. And that's for the shotgun. I'm also going to do one more for the hip fire kills, and that would be I think it's the light machine gun. That one's a lot harder. So it's not harder, but well, it is actually. I find it a lot harder. So I'm gonna go with the M27 IAR because I like that gun. And since you're going for, like it says, 120 hip fire kills, you're gonna want to go with no optic because that'll just make you want to aim down. So you're gonna go with grip, and you're gonna go with rapid fire. Now I say rapid fire just because it'll make your gun obviously shoot faster, which is what you want. Now next, you're actually gonna have to throw on a secondary here. I suggest probably the PDW just because I enjoy that gun, but you can use really any of them here, maybe even the P226. And since you have a slot, you might as well throw the silencer on it. That's what I do anyways. Next, I suggest the concussion grenade. I know I'm using a bunch of my slots here, but it's important to have a grenade that can slow people down. So while you're doing that, I suggest putting tack resist on because you're going to be a bit heavier. You're going to need both of the speed perks to try and counteract how slow you're going to be. You're going to need steady aim, obviously, as a hip fire. And last but not least, you're probably going to need either on the go or ready up. Now I suggest ready up just because you are going for hip fire kills, so it's got to be up and ready to shoot. And tack resist is just because you're probably going to screw up a couple times with your own concussion grenade, so you might as well use it. Now finally, for support, you can honestly use for the strike package, you can use whatever you want. I just use support because it makes me focus on getting the kills and with my gun and not with anything else. So ballistic vest and that, just because you're trying not to die, I don't really know. And because you're on a scavenger on, it's good to have the ammo crate. Now the reason we have the secondary is not for you to shoot with it, like that's not the goal, but because the light machine guns are so slow to run around with, if you switch to your secondary, you can run a lot faster, and that's what I suggest. Honestly, when I'm making the class, that's what I always have on it. Now lastly, or not lastly, we still have a couple more to go. We have the marksman rifles where you're going for headshots. Now honestly, headshots are probably one of the most annoying things to go for. So what I'd use is throw on probably the red dot sight because you can aim right at someone's head. That's the goal here. And I'd also throw on either the muzzle brake or the flash suppressor. You know what? I'd throw on the flash suppressor in this situation just because it keeps you like more precise for aiming. That's what it says. It's not a bad speed, so you can run around with it. And because it's headshots, you really got to be careful. So I'm going to go with quick draw stalkers. So you can aim around corners. Quick draw is important, so you if you see someone, you can aim up straight at their head. I'm going to go with focus, or not focus this time, because hopefully you can get those lucky times when they shoot you and you just shoot and you'll flinch upwards. But besides that, you're going to want scavenger. You're going to want... I always suggest doing one of these perks, so I always put on dead silence. That's one of my favorite perks in the game, so suggest that. And then last but not least, you're going to want one of these perks. I don't have any speed perks on this because this is more of a campy class, but I'll just put on that just in case you can get whatever you want. Deadeye could be important, but it's not really worth it since you're going for headshots, and then you can just throw on whatever you want. So night owl, I'd go with those three, honestly. And so that's the marksman rifle class. Lastly, the sniper rifle this one's probably the easiest one you can do. Since it's 200, just like 200 kills pretty much, I'd throw on the Lynx. Obviously that's probably my favorite sniper. I don't have it yet. I guess I haven't played enough Infected. Chrome line barrel increases the damage. You're gonna get more one-shot kills. And then whichever one you like, I prefer the thermal scope. That's just me. If you don't want to do that, you can always throw on the armor piercing so that you can shoot through buildings and get one-shot kills and stuff like that. But it's just my personal preference. If you like the scope, use the scope. If you like the variable volume, whatever. Since this is I also suggest one of these, but for this one, just you want to be quiet. So I'm gonna use the silencer on the PDW just so you can get those close range kills. You don't need either of these unless you want to be campy. You can throw down an IED. I personally wouldn't because I hate IEDs, but you can. Then I'm gonna throw on obviously quick draw, you're gonna throw on steady aim just in case you get into those situations. Reflex to switch guns quickly, and last but not least, you're probably gonna want focus, just so you don't get screwed up. And your specialist, you can I suggest specialist for this one. You can throw on all the other perks that you need. Then ICU, obviously your blind eye, you can throw on any of these perks really. This is more of a random thing just because honestly I don't snipe a lot, so it's really up to you. You can use whatever you want, but this is my probably preferred class setup when I'm sniping and going for those 200 one-shot kills. Last is a riot shield. I normally don't show a riot shield class. I normally don't show any of these classes, to be honest, but there's a riot shield. All you need to do is throw on C4, which is really annoying, I'm going to be honest here, but we'll throw on the, I use the radar just so you can find more people fast, and because of this, I'd throw on the, where is it, I'd need blast shield, I'd need extra lethal, I'd need reflex and strong arm, yeah, it uses equipment faster, and then also I'd go with at least one speed perk, and the no falling damage, so you can chase people. And then for last off, I just go for support again. That's probably the best option. And yeah, that's how you do it for the riot shield. So next, let's get into some spots where I found you can get either good long shots or you can find people easily. So we'll get right into. Alright guys, so I'm quickly going to show you a couple spots on one of my favorite maps, which is Octane. Now this would be domination. I kind of forgot to turn it on, but I wonder, can I blast this thing? Oh, but I can't remember if you can do it with, yeah you can, okay. So one of my favorite long shot spots on this one is when there's people on the B flag, you're spawning on this side, or you can spawn on any side really. You run right over here, you take this, and you can lean on this wall, which not only helps you with your long shots, you can also look over. It's either of the two. You can look in, and this is actually a long shot. I couldn't get an example. I tried to get an example, but anywhere here is a long shot to the B flag, and you can also work on your leans while you're doing it because you don't need that many anymore. And yeah, it's just a good spot overall. Also, another good spot to get them is if they are up in top of pinkies, which is like a common spot for a lot of people. If they're up in top of pinkies, you can take them from right here. This is one of the good spots because they're either right there, and you can also jump up onto, how do I get on here? I can't remember. I think it's through the truck. I'm gonna go the truck way because I couldn't do that. Crap, I almost died. If I would have died, that would have been embarrassing. But you can jump up on here, and this isn't the best spot, but you can still get the long shots right over there. And last but not least, this one's really obvious, but it's how I got a lot of mine, so I just want to show you guys quickly a couple of key spots on this map, and you just, crap. Well, this is the long shot right here, obviously, to get from there to there. It is a long shot, but the one I prefer is up on top, because there's always people down below that can kill you. Up on top, you get a little bit more cover. You can make the shot from here if you have a good aim. If not, you're probably not going to make that shot. And then you can also move in a bit closer, but not too close altogether, and back up around here and try and get that shot right over there, which is really important. And yeah, everything changes though when you get the gas station. Not everything, a lot of stuff, but you might as well just shoot that down. Oh, or not. Or not. Wait, I want to shoot it down before I end it. Oh yeah, it's coming down. There we go. Alright, anyways, so last but not least, I'm going to show you the game modes that I suggest. Alright guys, so we're back with the last thing, which is the game modes that I would suggest and not suggest for this game type. Like normal, I'm not going to be suggesting search and rescue, search and destroy, reinforce, or infected, obviously, because you can't use those. But in this situation, I will actually suggest some of the hardcore games just because it might be a little easier to get them and for the certain situations. So first of all, team deathmatch is okay for it. It's not the best. Same with, obviously gun games not. Crank's okay, but you're moving around a lot, so that's easier for the hip fire ones instead of for the long shots or for the one shot kills. For blitz, that's more of a, that could be a long shot if you're aiming at the defense. It's also good for the steady aim if you're just running like to the other person's objective and you see people, you shoot them. Search and rescue, search and destroy, like I said, are bad. Infected, obviously you can't. Kill confirmed, it's honestly, it's just like TDM. It's like you can use it, but you don't have to. Like, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. With domination, that's the one I would say is absolutely best for long shots, one shot kills, and steady aim, just because you can choose to always be in close quarters or to be in like far away from your enemy, which is what you'd use for the one-shot kill. And for the long shots, there's a lot of spots where you can aim at B, like the B flag or the A flag or the C flag, where you're far away from it and you can kill the people on it, which is really important when you're trying to get those long shot kills, which is something I work on a lot. It's like a bit harder, so that's why I suggest that one. Drop zone you can use, you can't use. Like it's whatever you're feeling with it. Free for all is better for the steady aim, because if you're camping, everyone will find out where you are eventually. Same with team tactical. It's kind of small and you don't get as many kills, so it's not the one I'd suggest, but you can use it if you want. And last of all, ground war. Obviously it's TDM and domination mix, so you know, you can get more kills, you can get less kills, you never know, because you can either get killed more or you get more kills. That's how it works. So it's really up to you. It's whatever you want. But besides that, guys, like I said, hardcore TDM, hardcore kill confirmed, hardcore domination, not search and rescue, but hardcore domination, they all can be useful for getting the long shots and the one-shot kills, and even the steady aim if you're good enough with it. So I suggest that. If you guys want to do that, then do it. If not, you know, there's tons of other ways to do it. It's not very hard, and I hope this helped you out a little bit, guys. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the video right here. Just if you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. And if you have any questions, comment. And if you want to see more of my content, subscribe. I know this has been a long video. I'm kind of sorry, guys, but at the same time, I had to get this video out. So that's it. Peace, guys.